to another episode of Comics and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Lumpy.
And this is a review show that reviews comic origins. Kind of.
Not really.
I changed the whole freaking intro just so you guys would stop.
Sorry.
So, today we are covering another origin, obviously. Today we're doing the Blue Beetle. What is his name? Dan Garrett Blue Beetle?
Yeah.
I think
that's his name.
Dan Garrett. Yeah, Dan Garrett.
Yeah, Dan Garrett Blue Beetle. He debuted in Mystery Men Comics Volume 1, Number 1 in August 1939. So, Mystery Men Comics was apparently published by Fox Features Syndicate.
Huh.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Uh-uh.
They apparently publish comic books, so I didn't really click on that one before I went into it. So anyway, they published this one from 1939 to 1942, and the only hero from this comic that is like still around to my knowledge and is owned by DC is the Blue Beetle.
Wow.
Which is funny considering there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stories in here, and the Blue Beetle's what, like 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely deep into the comic.
Other heroes in this are stuff like the Green Mask, a modern Robin Hood, Rex Dexter, Billy Bounce,
Billy Bounce.
Chen Chang.
Yeah, that one sounds pretty racist, actually.
Wing Turner, Zanzibar,
The Magician.
Hemlock Sholmes and Dr. Potsman.
That's just
yes.
Sherlock Holmes mixed up and Dr. Watson.
The Haunted House. I don't even know what that is.
That looks like a novel. It's like 2 pages of words.
Well, I could probably explain why that is. The Waco Kid.
Waco.
Whatever. Inspector Bancroft, which I think I've heard that name before. Anyway, the Blue Beetle, obviously. D-13, Captain Danny Scott, and Lieutenant Drake. No one knows any of those people.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
So, what was interesting about the Blue Beetle, apparently his name and concept was largely inspired by the Green Hornet.
Okay.
So...
He looks like the Green Hornet. Like, he looks like the Blue Hornet, but...
Yeah. Anyway, the story we're reading today is called The Coming of the Blue Beetle. It was written by Will Eisner. That name should sound familiar to you guys.
It does.
He has an award named after him, the Eisner Award.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know it was the same guy.
Yeah, apparently. He wrote this, apparently, and a bunch of other stuff. He published, apparently, his first DC comic in 1974, so... And he's probably best known for creating The Spirit.
Oh. I've seen The Spirit.
So, yeah, that's why you probably know who he is.
The Spirit has a movie, too, right?
That's what I was about to say. You probably know him from that stupid Spirit movie.
Yeah, I think I do.
Never heard of any of these things.
I'm sure you have. It was an 80s movie. He's got, like, a stupid purple outfit or something like that.
I mean, other than the Eisner Award...
And I believe... Doesn't he have, like, a panther or something?
Who, the Spirit?
Yeah. I think he's got, like, a panther. Like a big cat or something. I'm not positive. I could be wrong.
I don't know. He's kind of one of those off-brand heroes that isn't with any company. So.
Yeah. But he's stuck around. He's still around.
I haven't seen him in anything, really.
Well, 90s, I guess that movie was, but...
I mean, I'm sure they could be still making comics about him, but I just don't know who will be doing it.
I don't know either.
I'm assuming Will Eisner's dead.
I'm assuming.
Anyway, the story was written by Will Eisner, penciled and inked by Charles Nicholson, and edited by Victor Fox. The story is 4 pages long, so this is going to be a short one. And I guess we're ready to dive into it, are we?
I guess.
Sure. It's not much to dive into, so let's do it.
Who wants to do the actual Mystery Men cover?
Oh, man, then I gotta scroll all the way back.
Jose, you mean go all the way back to the beginning?
Alright, I got it. So,
well, yeah, it's got the Blue Beetle on it.
It does.
Alright, I'm going back up to look at it. if I saw
Mystery Men Comics, it says on
We
it.
always do the cover. I don't know why you're surprised.
I know, but I couldn't find a Blue Beetle in this comic 30 pages down, so...
I know, now I gotta go all the way back down. And actually, it says on the cover, it's bubble letter, says Mystery Men Comics with, like, red squiggly lines in the Mystery Men. There's a deranged doctor with one of those doctors, like, light things on his head. It's actually like a silver disc to reflect light. And a knife in his hand. He's about to stab somebody. There's a guy with a gun. He's going to shoot the doctor. A lady tied up.
What's she tied to? Like a oxygen tank or something?
I'm trying to see what it is. It looks like
weird.
it's got a... Yeah, it's definitely some kind of oxygen tank. She's tied around her neck and her waist to it.
Oh, yeah, she is.
There's like a beaker that's spewing some kind of fumes out of it. And the Blue Beetle coming through the window shooting a gun at the back of the doctor.
Huh.
It says, every issue, Rex Dexter of Mars and the Blue Beetle.
I'm guessing the guy on the ground is Rex Dexter.
Did you mention Rex Dexter, TJ, when you were saying all the names?
Yes.
I thought I did.
You did.
I'm not sure.
You did.
Rex Dexter. Oh, here he goes. Yeah, I see him. Rex Dexter of Mars. Interplanetary Adventurer by Dick Brayfer.
I'm just... Why does it keep sending me... God damn it.
Oh, potty mouth.
Thrills, fun, mystery, and exciting exploits.
Okay. Rex Dexter is actually the second story in the comic.
Yeah.
So it's not even the first story. So it's weird who they chose to feature on the front of this cover.
Yeah.
Because Blue Beetle, like I said, it's like 13th down, is only 4 pages, and this guy's apparently the second page. And this is the first issue, so...
Yeah, Blue Beetle's buried in the middle of this. I'm trying to find it again to get away after I left the cover.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he's a big deal. He's on the cover, so...
You would think, underneath the Blue Beetle coming out of the window, you missed the words there, though, Lump. Why didn't you read that?
He did. You were looking up,
No, he read Thrills, Fun, Mystery, and Exciting Exploit.
They were hidden. A strange figure suddenly appeared. A shot rang out, and the fiend was stopped in his tracks.
That's what it says. I don't know why they're narrating this to us on the cover, but this cover is very busy, and I would say none of the Blue Beetle part's definitely not canon, but I don't know if there's a doctor stabbing Rex Dexter or something in his comic, but
I don't know, maybe we should pause so you could go read the whole entire comic book and then come back and tell us.
Yeah, well, I could, but then you guys would cry. Because that's what you do.
Let's just pretend we paused and you can say you read it. Is it in there?
So that guy on the ground is not Rex Dexter.
Then who is he?
I don't know, but Rex Dexter is from Mars. He wears like a spacesuit. So that's definitely not him. He's not in a suit, and there's no doctor in his comic at all.
Okay.
I went through his comic real quick, and there's no doctor. They are on Mars. He wears
just
a
because
spacesuit.
there's not a doctor, it doesn't mean they wouldn't be. Maybe that's just a random bad guy that they threw in with Rex Dexter.
But I'm saying Rex Dexter wouldn't be in a suit because he wears
He wears a spacesuit?
Spacesuit.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I got no idea who it is. I'm trying to scroll through real quick to see if there's anybody in like a suit.
I went past Blue Beetle and I don't see nobody. It looks like either one of them, doctor or suit guy. So, I don't know who it is.
I'm scrolling down too, but I'm scrolling just to get to the Blue Beetle because he's all the way at the bottom of this comic.
Yeah.
Unless he's in the haunted house. Is that the name of the character in there?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, we're never going to know.
That's true. That's all words, and I'm not reading that.
No, we're never going to know. So, The Blue Beetle by Charles Nicholas. Did you get there yet?
No, but you can do that canon splash page because it is canon. So
it says The Blue Beetle in blue letters.
Hold on, before you do that, what is going on in the background?
Someone is playing ping pong at Lumpy's house. Just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Those are your cats, TJ.
They're not my cats. I swear to God, I'm gonna drown them.
They're your cats.
I will drown them.
No cats were harmed during this podcast.
I cannot guarantee that won't happen. Well, not during this podcast anyway.
No,
they're playing ping pong. So the Blue Beetle, the word "the" is in cursive letters, and then Blue Beetle is in block letters, written in blue. And there's a newspaper clipping on the side that says something about Mr. Vander and his daughter. And there's a giant paragraph of stuff going on, and there's a guy laying on the ground shooting at a red car. Well, I can't tell what's driving that red car. Can you see that?
What do you mean?
It looks like there's like... You can see people in there?
You can't see anything. That's the point, though.
It looks like skeletons or ghosts are driving it or something from my end.
I just got, like, black swiggles over the windows.
Okay. Well, it's a red car with yellow fenders, and he's shooting at it for some reason. He looks like a police officer. Is that what he is?
Yes, he's a police officer.
Yeah, I thought so.
Did you talk about the paper on the side?
I did. I said Mr. Vander and his daughter, something about Mr. Vander and his daughter.
I'm sorry, the cats were distracting me. I didn't hear you say.
Oh, and John, his secret secretary was kidnapped.
As well. They're both kidnapped.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's how we actually open. That is the splash page that we open with.
It is, too, huh?
Yes. And this is Dan Garrett. He's a cop. And as the car is driving away, they throw some guy out of the car. Dan's hurt, and some people come by. Hey, that's that guy, Mr. Vander, who was kidnapped. And
I told you it was skeletons or something. He says it's the Whiteface gang.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember reading it saying it was the Whiteface gang, and now that makes sense of the hoods or whatever they were wearing in the thing.
I don't see anything in the car. I don't know what you're talking about.
The two front windows of the car are like ghost heads with eyeballs. They're like people wearing sheets.
I see.
It looks like Charlie Brown's Halloween costume. He got a rock that time. Remember?
Nothing. I see like someone took a black pencil onto the cover of the window and scribbled on that one, and then smoke clouds from the guns. That's all I see.
I see two eyes in cutting sheets like Charlie Brown's costume.
So I don't know if that's supposed to be a glare on the window, maybe.
It's the Whiteface gang, as far as I can tell.
Whatever.
It does say
coming up.
It was the Whiteface gang.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even there yet.
Whiteface.
Well, get there, TJ.
Yeah.
The people say that's Mr. Vander. He was the bank manager or something who was kidnapped. And Garrett goes on to check with him. He says it was the Whiteface gang. And I guess he dies because we never see him again.
Yeah. Well, they do mention somebody died. What does it say? It says...
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Vander died. Yeah. Yeah.
Just letting the sound go for a little.
With my headphones on, I don't even hear it.
Yeah, but I do.
They're playing ping pong.
Anyway, at the police office, they tell him that Mr. Vander dies, and Garrett's like, aren't there any clues? And then he takes the rest of the day off, and it's changed into his civilian clothes, which is just his superhero comic minus a mask.
Yeah.
And then I guess he goes to...
a restaurant.
No, because it says later Dan Garrett, dressed in civilian clothes, looks over the gangster's car. How does he get to the gangster's car?
He goes and looks it over. Oh, I don't know. They throw somebody out of that car and then he finds it?
And I guess that's what I mean. Is it in a shop? Did he just go into some random shop and just open the guy's hoods?
Yeah, I guess. And then
because it doesn't say they abandoned the car or anything. He just knows where the car is.
Yeah. This comic sucks, if you didn't know that already.
It says they ditched the car.
Where?
Only the car that they ditched. We haven't examined it yet, Dan.
Oh, there it is.
You didn't even read the comic.
I did 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, me too. It's only 4 pages. We can figure it out. We can read it right now if you want.
I know.
We could read it to everyone. It's that short.
I'm actually reading it as I'm going over it. I'm not lying to you. That's why I'm missing things. Anyway, so I guess, but is it in police headquarters? Did they have the car?
They must have, so after they ditched the car, the police probably picked it up, took it to the headquarters so they could examine it.
So why did he go home and get changed and go examine it?
He didn't want to get his uniform dirty.
Huh?
He got shot.
He wasn't shot.
Yeah, he was. So it says, Dan Garrett feels pain shoot up his left arm.
Yeah, because when he fell to the ground, I looked at that too, because I thought he was shot too, but he didn't. He just fell on his arm.
See, but he says, heedless of his wound.
Yeah.
He goes to the fallen man. Yeah,
he fell on the ground. He wasn't shot. They weren't shooting out of that car. Or maybe they were. I don't know. This comic's bad, and I can't see anything.
So it says, while Dan Garrett was patrolling his beat, a car with the muzzle of a machine gun protruding from a window suddenly swooped down on him.
Okay.
Dan dropped to the sidewalk and fired.
I thought he was shot too, but the problem is, the rest of the comic, he's not shot.
Yep, I mean, listen, Batman gets shot all the time.
Yeah, but he changed his clothes, so
shot.
he's fixed now. Yeah, once you change your clothes, you're shot.
When
not shot.
You're all better.
That's why I was confused. I'm like, why? If you're gonna write someone shot, that should be part of the story. He's like, his arm is fine. The rest of the issue.
Bullets weren't that strong in the 30s. You get shot and you just shake it off and go get changed.
Bullets were worse in the 30s.
He's a superhero.
No, he's not. He's just a regular guy.
He's a superhero.
He has no powers.
Neither does Batman.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't.
Yeah, we've discussed it in the comics early on. He's got muscles of steels and
if he gets and water. Water gives him strength when he gets drowned. Yes. I don't remember that much.
He's got plenty of superpowers.
The Blue Beetle is a superhero.
The Blue Beetle is at like it's a druggist place, but it looks like a restaurant with the chicken floor and stuff.
Well, I didn't get that far because he's still examining the car, and apparently the numbers were filed off, and he figure out who it belongs to. And then he goes to the druggist, which is just a farm, who I guess is his friend or whatever, and he says he's going in the back room, and then it cuts over to the bad guys. So for a minute there, I thought the bad guys were in the back room of his friend's house, but no, that's not what happens. So, I guess he goes in the back room, gets changed I guess he goes in the back room, and I said he was going to get changed into the Blue Beetle outfit, but no, he goes in the back room and puts a domino mask on, and now he's a Blue Beetle.
Yeah, well, then nobody actually is.
But in another part of the city, apparently the bad guys who captured the banker's daughter is torturing her, at least according to the narration.
Yeah.
And they said, and I guess they're burning her, but it looks like they got different tools and stuff on the ground.
They better tell us, or you're going to get burned. She's not burned yet. They're getting ready to burn.
Yeah, but what's that on the ground with them? Doesn't it look like they got, like...
stuff. Yeah. It's like a red thing and then a black thing.
Yeah, I can't... It's hard to say. It looks like they have a jar of something and something else, but it's so hard to see what it is.
Yeah, this isn't the first time we've seen them show us tortured by, like, matches and stuff. I guess that was how they tortured people back then.
Yeah, you stick matches between your fingers and light them up. Toes and light them up and stuff.
Anyway, one of the bad guys sees a Blue Beetle, an actual Blue Beetle. I guess the Blue Beetle sends Blue Beetles in and hopes that the bad guys see them.
You gotta wait until he can't come in until the bad guy sees the Blue Beetle. He's like, it's a Blue Beetle, and then he pops through the door.
And then he walks through the door and says, "Hi, I'm the Blue Beetle, and you gotta stop torturing that girl now, because if you do, I know the combination to the vault, and I'll tell you, but you have to give me 40% of the take." And they're like, "How do we trust you?" And then the bad guy calls somebody, and I guess that's enough for him to trust the Blue Beetle. And so they go to the bank, but not before the Blue Beetle, I guess, walks in the other room and makes a phone call to the cops. I don't know.
They're still in the... And I don't know what's going on. And the one guy's got a COVID mask on in 1939, just so you know.
Well, I mean, masks existed all the time.
Yeah, no, but why is he wearing it? Is he sick?
Because that's the banker's secretary, and he's hiding his identity.
Oh, that's the white-faced gang guy?
He's the banker's secretary who was supposed to be kidnapped, and that's the reveal that we get at the end.
The Blue Beetle has a wireless phone, I know that.
Batman and Robin have crotch radios. That's unsurprising. Yeah. Anyway, the Blue Beetle calls the cops and say, "Hey, I'm going to be here," and then they're at the bank, and when they try the combination doesn't work. The bad guy says, "The Blue Beetle betrayed us," and so the Blue Beetle punches a guy, and I guess he throws some gas pellets, and then he gets into the bad guy's car and drives off, and it's in the panel where he's driving off, it says, "After him, that's the Blue Beetle's car." Wait, no. Oh, you guys see what... In the one panel, he's going in, he's getting in, that's the Blue Beetle going to the bad guy's car next to the gas pellet, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
In this one, in the next panel, it says, "After him, that's the Blue Beetle's car coming from the bad guy's car," correct?
Yeah, but there's a blue car next to him, so... they're chasing some other car all the way up ahead.
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
So the Blue Beetle's car is the same color as the bad guy's car, but it's not the same shape.
Okay. And I guess the blue car next to the bad guys is the cops, because then the next panel, they're just all being arrested.
Yeah, then the cops got them, everybody.
Yes.
And then everyone's arrested, and it's revealed you're the banker's secretary. You were behind everything. And then I guess that's Dan Garrett. Is that it? Or what's his name? That's Garrett, right? In the next battle, he's wearing different colors. He's wearing the colors the bad guy was wearing the last.
Yeah, now he's got a red jacket on. He gets changed a lot.
Yeah, but he's wearing the same exact suit as the bad guy.
Different shirt, but same suit.
I know, but the guy calls him Dan, so I'm guessing that's him. You're a brave boy, Dan.
Whatever. So he goes back there and says, haha, you helped me by when they called you. I don't know why they called him and gave him the same combination. It was true. And then the next day, I guess, the paperboy's saying, hey, the Blue Beetle again eludes the police. And then one of the officers working with the Blue Beetle says, hey, I almost got him. And he must have been scared of me. And he's like, yeah, sure. Okay. The end. Yeah, that sums it up. Yes.
We lost him.
Oh, we lost Uncle Chris. Great.
Yeah. So, in a very interesting comic, I don't know if I would ever read it. Like, after reading that, I don't know that I would be interested in pursuing any more of it, you know?
Yeah, no, this was bad.
Yeah.
Even for a 4-page story, it was bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure, like, even what to make of it. For me, it's not.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun night.
Hold on, we might have him back.
This is going to be a fun night. I can see this happening already.
Alright, you're back. Yeah. We were just summing up the stupid Blue Beetle one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing happened and it sucked, and it wasn't an origin story because there was no origin, and it was just a first appearance, and he barely appeared in it. The end.
So, I'm going to say that I will classify this in the origin.
No, when it's an origin story, you have to have the origin of the superhero. There's no origin in this. It's just he shows up.
So,
is his origin? He got
yes
shot?
And no. So, you get a little bit of backstory on the fact that he's a police officer who also fights crime on the side. So, I wouldn't say it was a full origin, but I could... normally I would say no, this is a first appearance, but I will give them a little bit of... it was a terrible story, but...
You guys are so inconsistent. You guys literally have the opposite opinion in, like, one of the other ones.
We do that. We talk before we get to you, TJ, and we're like, all right, it's your turn. It's your turn to be mad about it. Okay, it's my turn now. Okay.
Whatever.
I will say this, though. It was a terrible comic.
I don't care what kind of story it was. There was nothing to it. Like, you saw the Blue Beetle for 2 panels, and he did nothing. He showed up and threw the beetle. That's all he did.
He threw a punch and threw a gas pellet and then ran away.
And then jumped in his car and ran. Yeah, I don't even understand what he was doing. He jumped in his car and ran away. Did he save the girl?
The cops showed up because he called them.
Okay.
And they took care of the rest. That's what happened. Nothing.
No, sir, I don't like it. Now, why did we read this again? Oh, because there's a movie coming out, right?
No, we read it because this is another origin.
I know, but what made us think of this one? Isn't there like a Blue Beetle movie? Because
there's a Blue Beetle movie in production.
That's why.
Which is now dating.
Well, it doesn't matter because by the time the writer's strike gets over, it'll be 10 years from now, so we'll be good.
True.
I think that movie's in post-production, so that the writing's already done for that movie. So.
Are they still going to release it, though? Probably not.
I mean, they probably will.
Yeah.
I mean, they released the last 2, which were terrible, so... Anyway, I guess we're done with this one.
There wasn't much to cover, honestly. We covered it.
We're done?
All right.
Well, you know what happened to me?
Yeah.
I answered my front door this morning, and I got punched in the face by a 5-foot-tall beetle. It must have been that nasty bug that's going around. Get it? Nasty bug. Come on, that's a good one. Come on, it's a beetle joke. Stop it.
Okay, I'm stopping.